So here's a little extra. If you are working on a story world, or maybe you would want to do something more with the background, because we just left that at it as is. We didn't really do anything with that. And if you're working on a story world, this might not look just like that. You might have to mix up a lot of things to come to that fantasy world that you're working on. So let me just give you one more thing that's actually a technique that we've already used on the wings. But use that into the background so you can see the difference. And we're also using it in a bit of a different way. I got this one off of Unsplash, so really look at Unsplash, try it out and see if you can find anything you like, because there's a lot of good, nice and good quality pictures on there. I found this one, which is a lot different from the background that we used before, but we're going to merge them into one. So let's select and copy this one and go back to the file we already had. I'm clicking on the white sheet to make sure that this ends up in the background. And somehow, okay, let's put it on top of it for a moment, because this of course is way too big. If you want to see the kind of pictures that you get from Unsplash, this is how big it is. So yeah, the quality is quite good and you are allowed to use them. Okay, so let's make that a little bit better. Now our dog has moved towards snowy mountains, which is not really what we wanted. So let's put this behind the other background, so we're back to where we were. And now go back to our sunny background and select that one and put on a mask, a layer mask. Make sure you're in the mask, and then you know that you can black out stuff here. So what we used before in the ears is we got this pencil, we used the black paint, and we just started blacking out stuff. And this was really soft, so if I do this here, if I paint along a little bit above the grass, you can see this is not really looking too great because it's a really big brush. But you can softly see some mountains emerging here, and that's only soft because I put it that way. I could put it on 100% and just really cut this out and see everything that is in the other picture. Again, I could redo this painting it white again, but I could also just use Command Z for a bit. This is pretty much where we were. Yeah, we're back to that, even a step too far because I threw away the mask. Here's the mask again. What we're using is not the brush, but we're using this, the gradient tool. And you may not see that because it might be behind the paint bucket. So find the paint bucket, press on it, and choose the gradient tool. This one has a tool, as you can see here. It might not be on this one. Click on it and you'll have some options. Usually this just throws in some color in a gradient. But there's also options where, like this one, where you can see the checkboard, which means that there is nothing there. So it's pretty much see-through and not everywhere. So this is a bit see-through and this is completely see-through. So choose that one. And what you do here is just draw stripes pretty much. So if we want to see the mountains behind this yellowy grass, let's start at the top and drag it down a little bit so you can see the mist from the snow coming in. And make sure you're not doing too much because you'll get this or this and everything will go through one another. So start off slowly. We do want everything on top, so that's fine. We could just add a little mist, which would look a little weird. And here is a mountain coming in slowly. So let's see if we can get a little more of that, but not too much. And in this layer, I can show you that, there's, well, more green in front of this. And we want a little bit of this, but we also want it to work well with the yellow. So on this side, we're going to need a little bit more, but not too much. Put this back on. So let's see where we can get. And if this doesn't work out for you, just use Command Z or Control Z and go back a few steps, that's fine. Put in a little more on the top. Here's the snowy mountains coming in. And here, as you can see, these darker green mountains are moving softly into the green. This is a bit too dark, into the gray, or sorry, into the yellow grass that we already had. As you can see, I'm also moving back and forth. Now I put in all the mountains, that's okay. Maybe a bit too dark. You could leave a little blue sky, but that would be a bit strange, wouldn't it? Lots of shadows. Not too much. I think I'll use them vaguely. Okay, something like this. So just work on this until you're happy. And as you can see, this looks quite alright. This could be one image. It's a little vague here, we could work on that, but for now I think that's alright. Just a little something to show you how easy it can be to blend things. It's not always that easy, but this is a way that works pretty easily. One thing though, the way these shadows are creeping in here, our shadow is not sufficient anymore. So to finish this, wrong one, I'm going back to the dark shadow and at least turning it to the left, because obviously there's no sun here. To the left would be stupid, right? The sun is on the left. As far as there is any sun. If there's any sun left, it comes from the lower left corner of the screen, so I should probably put it somewhere back here. Smaller. And of course it's not going to be that far, that's going to be on the mountain, so flatten it. And I think what I'll do, I do want it somewhere around here. But I don't want it on the mountain because that's way too far away. So what I'll be doing is, well, you know what? Let's use an eraser for once. But one that's only halfway see-through or less. And then just get this out of this layer. As you can see, this is even too much. It should be at maybe even 15 or something. But just to make sure that the shadow is not on the mountain. Something like that. Okay, so another little addition to our flying dog picture.